No, it's not about having a $100 bill sticking out of your fly. Although maybe that would work. Done. Video's over. But wouldn't it be nice if you could go out and beautiful women would approach you instead of the other way around? That's a nice little fantasy, but is it possible? Well, I'm Matt Artisan from The Attractive Man, and I'm gonna give you 6 ways to get women to approach you first. I'm Matt.
He has mastered the art of seduction.
Many boot camps encourage men to be assertive.
The woman wants to be turned on. We've done all the testing, and we know what works. First, a disclaimer, because I read all these comments on YouTube from guys complaining how men have to do all the work, men have to approach, and that women should be approaching them. Life's not fair. Hashtag MGTOW. First of all, you are a man. Your natural instincts make you a hunter. You're a f***ing conqueror. Women don't have that instinct. So if you're one of those guys, stop complaining and whining that it's not fair. It's never gonna be that way, so stop being the victim. Just learn how to approach women with confidence. Even if it was the other way around and only women approached men, what if you had a bunch of weird, unattractive, creepy girls approaching you all the time? That would get pretty tiresome, don't you think? Well, that's the reality for most attractive women. So enjoy the fact that you get to pick the women that you go after. So now that I said that, why not increase the odds of women approaching you? The more options you have, the better, right? First, before we get into it, you need to understand this. When you're out, make sure to have open body language. It's scientifically proven that men who show their hands are more approachable, opposed to those who cross their arms like this or shove their hands in their pockets. This doesn't seem very confident, plus you could be concealing a weapon. I know that sounds crazy, but a woman's instincts will actually perceive you as dangerous. So open your body language, get your hands out of your pockets, have a nice smile and an enjoyable demeanor, and you'll be more likely to be approached. Remember, a woman's intuition can sense who is safe and who doesn't seem safe. She's noticing the entire context of the situation, not just you. So if you're standing on the sidelines with your drink held up like this, which is closed body language, by the way, it's like a shield, you know, shielding everybody away from you, not letting people in, and you're just watching everybody else have fun instead of you having fun, you're less likely to be approached. So instead, be the guy that's having a great time and talking to the people around you. Because when she sees that you're just having a good time and people are enjoying your presence, then not only do you seem really fun and, you know, like a cool guy, but you also seem a lot more safe and therefore approachable. Last thing I'll say is when you do get approached, pay attention. A lot of guys miss those opportunities. Women won't go up to you and say,
"Hey, you're so hot."
They will do it very subtly, like asking you for the time of day.
"Excuse me, do you have the time?"
Don't just write it off thinking that she only wants the time. Assume that she's asking you because she's attracted to you. Now, here's my list of 6 ways to get women to approach you, in order from hardest to least difficult. Number 6, become popular. Now, this is probably the best way to get approached, but I put it at number 6 because it can take a lot of work. Obviously, celebrities get approached a lot, but you don't have to become a famous actor or pop singer. You just need to become popular in your city. Sure, you could run for mayor, or you could just open up a popular restaurant or start a nightclub. And it would be great if you could use yourself as the brand, either your name or your face, or both. My buddy Ike did this. His restaurant is called Ike's Place. He used his name, and the logo is a cartoon image of his face. And every single time I've hung out with him, he gets approached by hot girls because they recognize him. Now, if starting a physical business like that doesn't sound appealing to you, there's another option. Become popular on social media. You can start a YouTube prank channel, or you can live a really interesting life and vlog about it, or you can give advice about something. But make sure it's a female-friendly topic. Matthew Hussey, I'm sure, gets approached all the time by beautiful women. Me, on the other hand, well, I get approached all the time too, but it's by guys because my channel is for guys. But I love you guys. If you see me out, definitely say what's up. Number 5 is to throw events. If starting a business or a YouTube empire seems too difficult, then you can simply build up your social circle and start throwing events. These events could be house parties, they can be club parties, they can even be something like a big dinner event. You know, they don't have to be huge, although the bigger the event, the more girls are likely to approach you or you get introduced to. But the way to build this is to simply befriend a lot of women. Guys too, because obviously guys know girls, but specifically women. They could be women at work. They could be women at your yoga class or your dance class or whatever kind of things you're into. Instead of trying to date all the women there, just befriend them. Plus, when you're out approaching women, some of them are gonna have boyfriends and aren't gonna be good dating options, but you can invite them to your parties and tell them to bring their girlfriends. And then in a few weeks or a few short months, pretty soon you can be throwing massive events, and since you're the leader of that event, you will get approached. People will wanna know who's throwing that event. And people will introduce you to the girls. So you don't have to approach them, they'll either approach you or they'll be introduced to you by somebody else. Another way you can use your social circle is when you have built this social circle with lots of girls in it, you can invite all those girls out to a bar or club. So it won't be an event that you're throwing, it's somebody else's event. But imagine you're there, you're at a table, you, maybe 2 or 3 buddies, plus 10 girls around you. Everybody's gonna be looking at you because you're gonna look like you're somebody. You're surrounded by all these hot women. Doesn't mean women are just necessarily gonna walk up to you and approach you and want your autograph, but having more women around you makes you more approachable. Plus, other women might start talking to those women. Another girl might see an outfit that one of your friends is wearing and make a comment about her dress or her shoes, and then it's really easy to start a conversation with that girl because she's already approached your group. And when you're out with that big group of girls, you can also get some of those girls to be your wing girls, which brings me to point number 4. Get others to bring you girls. Now, before you yell at me, I know this isn't the same as girls walking up to you and approaching you, but it's really the next best thing, and who cares? You're not approaching them. They're still kind of approaching you, except somebody else is bringing them to you. It's just as good in my book. So of course you can have a wing girl, she can go approach girls for you. She just goes up to the girl and says, "Oh my God, I love your shoes. Where'd you get them? Blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, you gotta come meet my friend. He's awesome." And she comes and brings you that girl. You can teach your friends to do that. And trust me, girls love to do this. I've actually gone to bars and made instant wing girls right then and there and had them go and find me girls. It works. And make sure to also let everybody in your social circle know that you're single and know what type of girl you're into. And if they haven't, tell them if they have any friends like that, introduce you. You can even look at their social media, check out a picture of her, one of your female friends, and one of her friends who is attractive, and write her and say, "Hey, who's this chick? Is she single? She's cute. Introduce me to her." And she probably will, because women love to set up their friends. Also, if you like to go to clubs, you can get bouncers to bring you girls. I've done this many times. When I have a table and I'm sitting higher than everybody else, it's kind of lower status or value or whatever to go down there and start mingling with the common people. Sorry. But, think about what a celebrity would do. He wouldn't go do that. He would go send his bodyguard to go get the girl, right? Or one of his entourage. I don't have that, so I send the bouncer to go get a girl. I'm like, "Hey, that girl's hot. Can you bring her up here?" And he'll do it. All you gotta do is tip him well. I even had an older client do this at a nail salon. He would go get a manicure or pedicure at one of those Asian nail places, and he asked the girl working on his nails, "Do you have any single attractive clients?" And of course she does. Most of her clients are women. And he exchanged numbers with her and said, "Hey, anytime you have a single attractive client, let me know. Set up a date for me." And of course, she's talking to her clients for like 30 minutes, maybe even an hour or more. So they talk about these kind of things, and he ended up getting a lot of dates that way. And all he did in return is just give her a good tip. Before we get to the next one, make sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so yet, and hit that bell notification icon, because we're coming out with new videos every single week. Number 3 is props. If you have a cute dog, then use them to your advantage. When you're out walking him or at a dog park, I'm sure beautiful women will approach and want to pet your dog. You can also find bars in your city that allow pets and bring them there. Of course, she'll ask you about your dog at first. What kind of dog is he? What's his name? But you can easily switch to other topics and then go get a drink with her. Another easy prop you can have for a bar is a lighter, because if you stand in the smoking section, girls will approach you once in a while and ask you for a light, and it's much better if you actually have one. One time in Stockholm, a really cute girl approached me asking for a light, and I actually didn't have it on me, so I told her I have one across the street in my hotel, we can go there and grab it. I didn't think she would say yes, but she thought about it for a second. She was like, okay, let's go. And I put out my arm and off we went. One of the easiest pulls ever. That time actually not having the prop worked out. And I know what you're thinking, yeah, cigarettes, that is another prop. Women will approach you asking for a cigarette. But if you're not a smoker, then don't sacrifice your health just so girls will approach you. That would be really needy and really sad. Number 2 is having a skill. For example, you could be a magician and people want to see your magic tricks, but you got to be careful with this one. You don't want to seem like a show-off, like you're trying to impress people. It's better if it's more organic, like you're showing 1 or 2 people a trick, and then maybe other people spot it and they're like, whoa, that's cool, and then more people gather around, and maybe, it keeps getting bigger and bigger and a bunch of people gather around, but it wasn't you trying to impress everybody. That's not impressive. What I like to do is singing. I like to go to a karaoke bar and get up on stage and sing my heart out. And sometimes I get approached afterwards by a girl that either says, oh my God, I love that song, you did it so well, blah, 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 or just congratulating me on how good of a singer I am. And honestly, you don't have to be that good of a singer, you just need to be able to nail one song, all right? And now, of course, if it's the same crowd at that same karaoke bar, you need to learn more than one song, but sometimes one is all it takes to get approached. Plus, it creates a lot of social proof in the bar if other people are cheering while you're singing, and it shows a lot of balls to get up on stage in front of all those people. So it does show attractive qualities like courage. Another example is one time in Hollywood at Saddle Ranch, I saw one of the bartenders ride the mechanical bull. Now obviously he had a lot of practice doing it, so he did it flawless. I mean, he looked like an expert at it. Everybody gathered around, everybody was cheering, and people did approach him afterwards. And my last example of this is public speaking. If you're at a certain type of event, it could be business, it could be self-development, and you're an amazing public speaker, and you move people, and you motivate and inspire people, then a lot of people will approach you after you get off stage. And hopefully, some of them will be beautiful women. And number 1, last but not least, is interesting fashion. I have a rapper friend named Prince Malik who lives out in Miami, and every time we go out to the club, he dresses really, really well, and kind of over the top a little bit, but it fits his personality because he's a rapper. But he gets approached by beautiful women every single time we go out. This is number 1 because it's really the easiest. Back in the day, I used to wear a lot of fedoras, and girls would walk up to me and often approach me by just taking the fedora off my head and putting it on their head. And then boom, now we're in an interaction. Easy as that. But don't go over the top. You don't want to look like a fool, like these guys. Here's Mystery and Neil Strauss, back in the day, 2 pickup artists, looking really ridiculous in my opinion. But I guess I can't really talk, because I've worn a rock star cowboy hat to the club before. And unless you're a cowboy, a rock star, or an oil tycoon, save the cowboy hat for Halloween. Instead, make sure your personality fits your style. One option is to wear a really nice, well-tailored suit. Women will make excuses to approach you if you look really good. Or you can go to the other extreme and just wear a funny t-shirt. For example, Duke, one of our trainers, has a t-shirt company, and one of the t-shirts that he sells says, "Let's make out." And he does get approached by women when he wears that t-shirt. Now, if all that doesn't work, you could always just point at her and signal her to come over. And then say, "If I can make you come with just one finger, imagine what I could do with my whole body." No, that's not creepy at all. Now, remember what I said before. Don't rely just on these things to solve all your problems with women. They aren't going to just magically fall into your lap. If you want a lot of women in your life, or just more options, then approach them. And remember, like I said before, you are a man and you go after what you want in life. So don't just rely on these tips to try to get women to approach you. Man up, grab your balls, and approach those beautiful women that you see, the ones that you want to talk to. And don't worry, I'm gonna help you know exactly what to say and what to do when you see those beautiful women. That's why I created a free conversation cheat sheet, so you know exactly what to say after you say hi to spark attraction. It has my top conversation starters for any situation, my best techniques so that you never run out of things to say, how to create a fun, flirty vibe using fun games and role plays, and how to escalate the interaction all the way to the bedroom, and much more. Just click the link down in the description or to the right of the screen right now to get your copy of the free conversation cheat sheet. And if you want live training, make sure to check out our bootcamp schedule, because we have live boot camps all over the world, and also get a free consultation so we can figure out the best strategy to help you get to your results fast. And if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, click that bell notification icon, because we're coming out with a lot of videos each and every week, and I want to make sure that you don't miss them. My name's Matt Artisan from The Attractive Man, and I'll see you in the next video.